I'm going to check out the Shadow Hills Industries OptoMax compressor, and I wanted to do this live stream. Hopefully no F-bombs will be dropped. I will not yawn too much, have too long of pauses, and this will not be excruciatingly long. So let's try this out. The Shadow Hills Industries Opto compressor. This is taken out of the Shadow Hills compressor, popular one that I really like. Actually, I own a plugin for both the regular version, the Class A mastering, and this has been taken out of the Class A mastering part and only the optical. So to get it closer to an explanation, the Shadow Hills Industries compressor actually has two compressors in one, has in serial the optical compressor and then a VCA. This is just the optical part taken out with additional stuff being added to it, because this optical, usually in the normal version in the Shadow Hills compressor, where it's like a dual compression thing, it does not have all of these options. So the optical basically has the threshold where you just push the signal more into the compressor and it just has its settings, and that's it. It's nice and musical. So let's try this out. Here we can adjust the speed, the attack and release, the ratio as well, all of that stuff. So I'm just gonna test it out and see what that sounds like. Start some music. This is no compression. Try to push that. No drums yet. Let me keep the section with the drums playing in a loop. This is slow compression. Okay, what if I try something harder? Okay, so this is limiting basically. When you do the push, it basically speeds up the times of reaction. So what about the push and the slow time? So this is the beat without the compression. I know this is extreme, but still. That clap and all those drums, they sound so much nicer with the compression on. And we could definitely do some parallel. So really push it and then of this super compressed into the regular signal like this. So this is dry. Okay, I think I can definitely put some boost in the air. So right here, this is like a EQ that's boosting your highs. So this is boosting the highs, adding some air. This is regular or neutral with nothing, and the smooth, I'm guessing, is like a shelf that's pushing them down a bit. We have the transformer. This is the famous transformer from the Shadow Hills compressor, emulation of it at least. The nickel, iron, and steel. These are different types of transformer emulations, with the nickel being most transparent, and then going to steel, which adds the most distortion, I guess. Iron adding the most of, I think, odd order harmonics. And again, on top of all of that, we do have controls here for the harmonics. So this is the dry wet on the harmonics part. So that stage, which is just adding saturation, this is a dry wet control, and this is the control for the saturation basically. So let me try that without any compression. Add more drive. Hey, it does distort already. separately is the saturation. Now I'm pushing too much, I know that. So the headroom control is the headroom for the entire plugin, but you can use this TX drive as the headroom or the drive settings only for the saturation part. And sounds nice. Makes it a bit fuller, that's also cool. So saturation, transformer, a little bit of a shelf. It's also a really nice addition to having compression, so you can add some air if the compressor is actually killing that. And let's do some compression again without the limiting part, without the actual push. Let's try it fast. Honestly, to actually see what's happening, I can hear the dynamics working, but to objectively judge is that better or not, I really do have to gain compensate and have it like a similar level. It's not like the beat is bad without it, but this definitely gives you some vibe. And of course, this being pushed really hard, I'm gonna try some parallel. Ease off the ratio, although when it's parallel, don't need to. So let's try some low ratio compression. Push harder. Yeah, and it definitely sounds just mushy without it. It sounds really flat. Sounds really flat. So I do approve of this. It's really nice. And it's not like this optical compressor didn't already sound fine within the Shadow Hills, you know, package. But having all of these controls for the attack, release, and ratio and such, having this push like a limiter is really cool. And you know, the harmonics control and the drive and the it's a really nice takeout, because I did like the way this optical compressor sounded. Now I reviewed recently the compressor from AP Mastering, and I do believe that yeah, it can do a lot of stuff. It can be any compressor, but if something like this is going to give you an easy fast result, that also counts for something. It's not about the big buttons that look analog like the hardware device, which I really think is not utilizing enough, you know, GUI space. It does look nice and not cluttered. It's easy to, you know, see what you want to see, easy to understand. The lights are laid out nicely, the ratio, speed, like everything's really good in the sense of the GUI, but I think it's just using too much space in this looking analog. This could have taken, you know, less space and be bigger, or maybe have even some additional information there, but this is the vibe they're going for. It's all cool. What's most important is that it sounds nice. So let's hear it only on the drums. Let's try that. Let me add the rest of these percussions. Yeah, it's really cool. That's really cool. It makes it really punchy. That's what it does. And with the push also, I actually like the way this push sounds. I like it even with the way it sounds on the master, of course, being a parallel compression kind of thing. But yeah, I like it. I think that if something like this, a compressor made, is going to, give you a fast result by just having everything laid out nicely and it sounds good, I approve. I mean, I use the AMAC compressor because it's really fast to get a good result. I'm not saying it's always the best result, but honestly, it's really good, fast to use. What else can you want? Like just turn a couple of knobs. I even have a tutorial on the channel on how to really easily and really fast set up the AMAC for your mastering compression. I think I can even update that one with the new one, but as far as the OptoMax compressor goes, this is really nice. I'm not sure if anybody was watching this live, but if you hate my glasses, say something in the comments. If you're not subscribed, please do. It will help the channel. If you like the video, give it a like. And if you don't know what I'm talking about half the time, well, a link for a course, 40 plus hour long course that's thanks to 11.org completely free, is going to be in the description. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.